The price of cotton has dropped on the world market and is now worth a fraction of what it was 30 years ago. For a country like Benin, this is serious, as between 50 and 70% of their exports depend on cotton.
What happens is that the American subsidies that the farmers in the States receive mean that the price of cotton is artificially depressed, and American cotton floods the world markets, and the sometimes more efficiently produced cotton from West Africa, sometimes more high-quality cotton, actually ends up being unable to be sold at anywhere near the same kind of price, not because it's actually more expensive, but because those subsidies in America make it so. In the United States, just about 25,000 cotton farmers are subsidized to the tune of about $150,000 each every year. And the impact of that is about 11 million cotton farmers in West Africa on the edge of survival because what they produce can't be sold at a competitive rate.
One way out of this trap is organic cotton. With organic cotton, no chemical pesticides are used. This means that the farmer not only has much better health, but also does not have to spend money on buying inputs such as pesticides. A 40% drop in the inputs and a 20% rise in the premiums means a nearly 50% rise in their incomes. Nicholas farmed conventional cotton for 30 years, but now grows organic cotton.
With the money we earn from organic cotton, we were able to build a new building in the village. It is used by the local healthcare people when they come to this village as a consultation room, so there is somewhere dedicated for health in this village.
Evelyn had a miscarriage due to the use of pesticides and has since converted to organic farming. This has given her more independence as a woman.
With organic cotton, when we are paid, we go to Bohiko, the nearest town with a big shopping centre, and we're able to buy luxuries, clothing, crockery, something which is a real pleasure because we couldn't do it before. Sometimes such a pleasure that we spend too much.
The health of the farmers has also significantly improved.
After spraying, I would get burnings and problems with my eyes, and also hernia symptoms. But I've noticed all these symptoms disappearing since I've converted to organic.
But what is difficult at the moment is that there is a very small market for organic cotton in Europe and America.
The problem with the fashion industry is it actually doesn't care. The industry, I think, is actually far more callous than the consumer. And it's taken me a very long time to find anybody that was interested in manufacturing clothes ethically in organic cotton, because they saw it as inconvenient, they had to change the way that they made things, they'd have to resource their supply chain from scratch, and they weren't prepared to do this because everybody was going along happily, making money, without having to make any changes.
There is beginning to be some change and an awareness that ethics do come into consumer choice. Marks & Spencer is one company that is committed to using 5% of organic cotton in their clothes.
Marks & Spencer is interested in organic cotton because wherever we have a big impact when we source raw materials, we want to make sure that that impact is sustainable. We looked at cotton and saw that there was a huge impact on the health and welfare of the communities that grow cotton, and saw that organic cotton was an ideal solution because it reduces the amount of pesticides that farmers put on their crops, and it also hopefully provides them with a more sustainable livelihood.
We're all so beautiful. You're so sexy. Work it, work it.
Organic cotton ranges are starting to make an appearance in fashion. In this fashion show, the clothes are 100% organic.
The future of organic clothing is the research, consumer research shows that the consumer would far prefer to buy organic in preference to conventional if it was the same price. And we're at the point now that we can deliver product identical to conventional clothing in organic cotton, as sophisticated, as refined. It's no longer brown and lumpy. You can have it if you want it. And the most important thing that people can do is ask for it.
But crucially, the market here needs to expand to make a difference to farmers on the ground.
We all have to be concerned about farmers in Africa or farmers in other developing countries. We have a responsibility for the impacts of our own consumption. We cannot just simply sit here in the developed world and consume goods that are costing people their lives. And it's something people have to think about, is when you make a cheap bargain, is to ask yourself who else has paid for it.
Consumers have huge power. They have far more power as consumers they have voters, and certainly they have the power to change fashion industry. Educated consumer choice is probably about the only power that we really have to change things, because two-party political systems as travesties of democracies. We have more democratic rights as consumers than we do as political voters.
If the manufacturers take organic cotton seriously, then the market will develop. And the market needs to develop because that will allow many more farmers to change their living conditions.
I would like to see all of Benin becoming organic, because organic cotton saves lives, and at the moment only a minority of farmers are being saved from chemical pesticides.